Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball discussion video. Actually, no, this is actually kind of a theory video, and I haven't had one of those in a really long time, so honestly, and before we do this, before I go ahead and introduce my guests and everything today, please know that we actually have corresponding videos actually dropping around the same time or the exact same time. We tried that last time, it wasn't necessarily that, but anyway, make sure to go over to Dimsy's Domain channel. He has an awesome theory that he has kind of put it out there about the Zeno Omni Kings universe and or realm type of thing. You should definitely go check that out before you go look at this or after you go look at this. Whatever you guys want, just watch both videos because they're both awesome. Anyway, as I said, I have Dimsy's Domain here in this discussion with me today. Dimsy, do you want to say hi to all the people right now?
So to all you people, I want to give you salutations. Hello there. I am very happy to be here.
nice guys, if you do like Dragon Ball content and whatnot, I want to urge all of you to go head over to Dimsy's channel and give it a look. Right now, he has a whole lot of stuff going on in his life right now. He's not really uploading as much as he should be, but he promises weekly review updates as well as the occasional video, be it with me, World King Kanji, the Frozen Particle, or anything else. We're gonna try to keep this guy kind of going out, and if you like him and you like his voice and you like what he's putting out there, definitely go hit that sub button and just kind of show him some love. Anyway,
always flattering me.
Anyway, guys, we're actually gonna get into this topic, and it's something that we were talking about, and I was like, you know what, we need to do this video right now. It's awesome. It's something completely down my line. I want to do it. Basically, what we were talking about is, in episode 41, we see the Omni King, we see Zeno with his two attendants, those very robotic looking guys or something. They're very protective of him. They're very just kind of emotionless and everything. And it kind of somewhat reminds us of Vados and Whis to some degree. These guys are just really robotic. They don't necessarily have much personalities to them other than being kind of threatening or just kind of, they look off into space and very robotic. These guys are just like, oh my God, kind of scary to some degree. And I was talking with Dimsy and we are like, hey, these guys don't seem to have much of a personality. They're just kind of basically these robotic, I can't put it into words, it's robotic kind of.
They seem like just one program. They only have one program, one goal in life, in their creation, and they're just going for that. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, those guys are weird. And so we were talking, it's like, hey, these guys, though, Zeno's kind of entourage here reminds us a whole lot of Whis and Vados. Not that they're necessarily the same. We know that Whis and Vados have somewhat of emotion. They feel kind of laughter, and they kind of feel, they feel all this kind of irony and everything. We don't know if they really love anything besides food or all that stuff. But wouldn't it be interesting, and we were talking, it was wouldn't it be interesting if these Zeno's little entourage, these robot guys, are just kind of entities in and amongst themselves, basically robots. But what if it'd be cool if Vados and Whis are basically that too? Because if you remember back in the Fukatsu no F days, or that old saga, that basically throwaway saga, Whis was just look, I'm just the life form known as Whis. He's not necessarily a guy or girl or anything like that. He's not an alien. He's not a deity. We know he's not a deity. He's been assigned to actually take care of Beerus. Vados has been assigned to take care of Champa. They don't have any other goal than that. They know a whole lot about the other universes, a whole lot about their own universe and everything like that. But they don't have any care or worry or anything in the world. So wouldn't it be really cool if these guys are just basically beings that were created by the Omni King in order to kind of not just beings, they're not even basically vessels. The only reason they have emotion or love food or anything is because they've just been kind of exposed to the universes that they are in with Champa and Beerus, and Champa and Beerus are really more inclined to actually go around and eat food or do this or interact with people that they shouldn't be interacting with. Basically what Zeno was kind of putting everyone in trouble for. You guys are kind of slacking off, not really doing your duties. What if the only reason they're not robotic is because Beerus and Champa are basically just shit at their jobs? So you want to say anything about this, Dimsy?
Yeah, I want to say the fact that honestly, I don't think Whis and Vados are biological life forms. until I see them bleed, I'm not gonna believe they're biological life forms. I think that the only reason they get really excited, especially Whis, he gets really excited by food, is simply because it's a primary emotion, it's a primary function to taste and get really, really excited. And the fact that Beerus and Champa, when they do their jobs, when they're destroying, there's some sort of thought, some sort of anger, some sort of sadness, I don't know. Well, there is human emotions. Well, of course they're not human in the animated beings, but there's some sort of thought, created thought going into when they're destroying. And you see Whis and Vados are just so stoic, so what's the word? They're just bystanders as they see horrific actions being done. Although it's a necessity in the whole universal cycle, you'd think that maybe they'll crack Vados does smile, but and you can tell us all about that. The fact that they're just there, and you think that they're babysitting them all the time. And from episode 41, we saw that when Zeno came, everyone was absolutely crapping themselves. The ones who had the knowledge, the Kais, the gods of destructions. However, Whis and Vados were completely unmoved, completely fine. They were acting as the mouthpieces for Beerus and Champa. Now, you'd think, they're only talking because Beerus and Champa are so scared. Or maybe that's their role. They're talking because they were assigned their position by the Omni King, which kind of makes sense because he's overseeing everything. Because you'd think that every god of destruction has an attendant similar to Whis and Vados, but they're reporting back to the hierarchy. And whether they've grown somewhat attached to Beerus or Champa or whoever they're looking after is yet to be seen, because we know that Whis somewhat has affection towards Goku and Vegeta, and this could be similar. Well, I don't want to go on, but if you guys have watched an anime called Death Parade, where you'd find that there's these adjudicators who decide whether you go to heaven or hell, but they're actually dolls who have been instilled. They have no soul, no human emotion, but they decide whether you go to heaven or hell. And the main plot for that is there's this doll who has instilled the human soul, and he has very complex interactions, and he finds it difficult to come to terms with what to do. And that kind of is what we see with Whis. Maybe he's gaining a bit of affection towards Goku and Vegeta. Well, we know that Beerus is, and Whis is, the way he reacts to just food in general, he's so extravagant. Is there a reason is there a specific reason, or is it because he's experiencing it for the first time? But yeah, that's just, I don't think they're biological life forms.
Well, the thing I was talking about is what if not they're just not biological life forms, but what if, because Beerus and Champa are basically just slacking off in their own duties as to what they're supposed to do and how basically stoic or godlike that they actually are, that's why Whis and Vados are actually so emotional, or have so much emotion, or enjoy, love food, love all this stuff, is because basically the people they're taking care of just break the rules constantly. I mean, everyone's talking about what if we want to see more attendance, we want to see more gods of destruction, as if those things are going to be interesting to see. And I'm not saying they're not, but what if Beerus and Champa are just basically the ones that we're following in this story, or universe 6 and 7 are the most important within this story, is because those universes being twins of each other, like we've already talked about, being like 12 universes going into 13, adding up to 13 and whatnot. What if those are essentially the universes to look out for, because they're so ridiculously just uncommon, as to the other 10 universes are just really, look, these are the rules, this is the hierarchy, we all follow the rules, and this is like, and everything. We know how crazy universe 6 is, or universe 7 is. Universe 6 seems just as crazy. There's Dragon Balls in those universes that really are the MacGuffin that like throw the entire story out of whack or anything. Why basically every single arc or every single like bad thing has actually happened within this story has some connection to the Dragon Balls. What if the other 10 universes don't have Dragon Balls, so they're just basically uniform? And when we meet those people, the people within those universes, the people in the tournament are going to be really interesting. The people we meet from those universes is going to be really interesting. But the gods of destruction or the Shinigami, or not the Shinigami, or
the Kais,
or anything like those people are actually going to be boring.
Yeah, just complete bland. Because we can see from the Universe 6 guys, they don't have the same flavor of character that we see from our Universe 7 lot.
Yeah, but they're still interesting. They're still interesting, and that might be because they're the twin universes and they have some connections to Universe 7.
Yeah, I can... In terms of Whis and Vados showing the personality that they do, is similar to a teacher and a student. You know, when you have that naughty student and he always gets in trouble, he gets disciplined until the teacher just knows, this guy, he hasn't done his homework. And they treat them a little bit more differently. They get accustomed to that behavior, and the behavior, which I'm sure that you were coming across, was that, no, the point that you're saying was the fact that Beerus and Champa have rubbed off on Whis and Vados. And the thing I was saying earlier with the whole analogy and comparison with the anime Death Parade, I think because we know that the Omni King supposedly can destroy all 12 universes in a blink of an eye, I think that Whis and Vados are simple shells who are instilled with such great power, which still seemed like a fraction of the Omni King's power, to just watch over the gods of destruction. So yeah, Whis and Vados are just machines, they're dolls, they're puppets.
But yeah, like I'm saying, like that's really interesting in terms of that idea is really interesting. And just to kind of take that and because they're basically watching over or just taking care of Beerus and Champa, and just how rowdy those two are is exactly why they both love food or have enjoyment or actually have like genuine personalities. We know that Whis, at least what we see, Whis has more of a genuine personality than Vados does, but they both throw shade, they're both like basically humorous and everything like that. What if all the other attendants and all the other gods of destruction are simply just very uniform and everything? So
I guess I want to ask you a question, and I'm sure the audience and the people who are watching want to ask you the question, because you are Mr. Vados. Do you think that if this is the case where they're pretty much puppets or just these fake people who are just there to look after Beerus and Champa, who was assigned from Zeno, do you think that Whis and Vados have any capacity to still play a villainous role?
I'm not saying, I guess I've never necessarily said that Vados is going to be the villain. I've always speculated that it would be interesting if she were. And honestly, now with the introduction of Zeno, I don't know exactly how truthful that could be, but it would be really interesting, especially if this theory turned out to be right, if she was actually kind of going against whatever programming or whatever biological inclination that she has to go for. I've always said that it would be really interesting if their rings around them are their bonds to Beerus and Champa or Zeno or anything that kind of keeps them within the boundaries that they have to keep, and not necessarily, getting away from those things. So what if she were evil? I think it would still be interesting. Although with the new power that this series has introduced very recently, I'm not sure it would actually matter. Yeah.
I just, my final point would be, it's a key phrase. I am the life form simply known as Whis. He doesn't give a specific role, gender, or anything more. He's just a life form known as Whis. It's something a machine would say.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's me done.
No, guys. Anyway, I think that's all we really have to say for this. Tell us what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And like I said in the beginning of this video, if you have not checked out Dimsy for whatever reason, you really should. Like I said, he has a bit of like school problems and everything. He's probably not going to be uploading as frequently as he might want to, but like, I'm going to help him. World King Kanji is going to help him. Nathan from the Frozen Particle is actually going to help him. If you haven't subbed to any of those people, please go sub to them. They're my friends. They're my current collaborators. I'm going to keep Dimsy on my channel doing the debates as long as he has time. If you guys like those, we try to be serious on those. We try to be very, very serious. But anyway, guys, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Go check Dimsy out and have a nice day. Bye.
Hashtag Mechavados.
Hashtag Mechavados. Or
hashtag Mechawis.
Hashtag Golden Vados.
That's it.
Yeah, Golden Vados. All right. Bye, guys.